America's most popular live gay talk show. We're doing the show here on Wilton Drive at Bubbles and Pearls.
Oh.
Did you hear that we had 450,000 people watch the show?
Oh, wow. Well, of course you do know that Wilton Manors is the gayest place on planet Earth.
Hey guys, what's all this about?
Hey Dean, good seeing you. We're here at
Nice
City
to see you.
Hall on Wilton Drive.
Yes.
We're getting ready to do It's Happening Out, and we're really excited because 450,000 people are watching the show.
Well, of course it is, because Fort Lauderdale is the gayest place on planet Earth.
Actually, Wilton Manors is the gayest place on planet Earth.
No, Fort Lauderdale is the gayest place on planet Earth. Sorry.
Hey Al, how
Hey,
are you?
Richard,
Nice to
good
see you.
seeing you.
Hey,
Richard, nice to see you.
Gorgeous, how are you?
Oh, and she gets a kiss.
Of course, look at her. So what's going on? What are you guys up to?
We're here at City Hall here on Wilton Drive because we're getting ready to do another episode of It's Happening Out, America's most popular live gay talk show. And I don't know if you have heard, but America's most popular live gay talk show has 450,000 viewers.
Well, of course it does, because Broward County is the gayest place on planet Earth.
No, it is not. Fort Lauderdale is the gayest place on planet Earth, right?
Oh, sorry guys, I'm sorry, but no, it isn't. Wilton Manors is the gayest place on planet Earth.
I don't think so.
This week on It's Happening Out, Caswell comes to It's Happening Out. HIV/AIDS breakthrough. Is a cure imminent?
For the rest of one's life is now.
Can you be gay and Republican?
Sexual and be closeted, but you can't be gay and be a Republican.
Gay 101, Cooper Donuts right.
A riot ensued. The event went down in history.
It's all happening out tonight. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Guest host, Tian Willen. Special guest host, Andrew Brett. And your host, lifestyle expert, Napoleon Plays. Trans activist, Aaron Phoenix. Reality star, Chef Josie. DJ Diva Power Infiniti. Log Cabin Republican, Joe Brookman. And our host, Al Ferguson. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Yeah!
Well, hello, America, and welcome to another episode of It's Happening Out, America's most popular live gay talk show. And we have a special one for you tonight. We are coming right from Wilton Drive, as you can see over my shoulder, from the very famous Bubbles and Pearls restaurant. And Bubbles and Pearls is near and dear to our hearts because of this woman,
Yeah.
Josie Smith-Malavi,
But I'm
top
happy.
chef participant, and we are very excited to be here tonight. We have a jam-packed show for you tonight at It's Happening Out.
Woo!
First off, let's thank our national and international viewing audience. Last week, 452,000 of you watched the show last week. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We also have to say thanks to Josie defending Wilton Manors territory and Mayor Dean Trantellis of Fort
Oh, we
Lauderdale
love Mayor
saying,
Dean.
no, we're the gayest place. And Richard Gray from Broward County going, we're the gayest place.
Hello,
and that
Sonny.
was fun to do also. All right, so we're coming to you from Wilton Manors, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, South Florida, the gayest place on planet Earth. Can we at least agree to that?
That was the compromise.
Yes, a compromise. South Florida. All right, so we show you we're coming from Bubbles and Pearls. We also want to thank a sponsor with us, the Big Coconut Guest House here in South Florida. Many of our hosts stay. Power, you're staying there this week.
I am staying there, and it is very, very relaxing. It's a beautiful place. The ownership is very, very nice. If ever you guys get a chance, check this place out.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's a lot of fun. We also thank our production sponsor, Color Copies USA, for helping us with many of our set and other things. Now, I want to remind you, America, that this is a live show. There's no editing. There's no cutting. You're watching everything live. We're sitting in Bubbles and Pearls with all of the guests having dinner right now.
Coming in right
shucking
now.
oysters right here in front of me, one of my favorite things in the world. And so this is a live show. There's no edit.
And we have guests coming in. Hey,
Yes,
everybody.
exactly.
We have birthdays in the house. We have all kinds of good things. Hi, guys.
We ask you to share us and like us. Start a watch party. Help us if you like the content that it's happening out. Share it in a watch party. And in fact, my friend Napoleon Plays has prepared this for you to help you do a watch party in tonight's show. Watch this.
When viewing our live show in your app, please click Share. After clicking Share, your screen should change and you can then click Watch Party. On the next screen, you can write text to your viewing audience and then click Start Watch Party. You've done it. Enjoy your party.
Now you know how to share us.
Okay, so America, if you like what you're
We really
hearing,
didn't need to
we
clap for that,
pursue gay culture and gay community. If you like what you see tonight, share us and let your friends in the community and our allies in our community know. So like and subscribe to us. All right, you ready for the show? We're going to move on. Let's get right into it. We start always, It's Happening Out, with the meme of the week. Man, was this an amazing week for memes. In fact, we have honorable mentions this week. There were so many good ones. First honorable mention. We bring it up now. It's called How to Catch a Democrat. Free shit.
Good.
All right, Andrew.
All
Joe
right, there you
Brookman
go.
at home. Aaron Phoenix still on vacation, celebrating a long birthday celebration. That's for you, Joe, and that's for you, Andrew.
Thank you.
And
It is.
Yeah, all right.
Free.
Enough of that crap.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's move on
Next,
to the real stuff.
honorable mention. Let's get the hit in on the president. Gone with the Kim. Gone with the Kim. We thought this meme was awesome in terms of the play on words for
Wonderful diplomacy on part
Gone with the
of
Wind.
our president.
Now, our meme of the week. Before we do it, we have to set this up. We've just finished 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, America. The president did an awesome job. Yeah. The president spoke on the National Mall. And we have to thank our production team. They kind of made a joke. Listen carefully to the video that we're getting ready to show you of the president on the mall. I don't know if y'all knew this, but George Washington crossed the Delaware in the Revolutionary War, supported by the B-2 bombers flying overhead against the English.
Okay.
Watch this President Trump's speech. Watch this.
In June of 1775, the Continental Congress created a unified army out of the revolutionary forces encamped around Boston and New York, and named after the great George Washington, Commander-in-Chief. The Continental Army suffered a bitter winter of Valley Forge, found glory across the waters of the Delaware, and seized victory from Cornwallis of Yorktown. Our army manned the airport. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do. And at Fort McHenry, under the rocket's red glare, it had nothing but victory. And when dawn came, their star-spangled banner waved defiant.
Oh my God.
That's why America is free.
And that is because of the weather and the teleprompter went out.
Right.
Anybody could have made that mistake. God bless them.
You were
and God
laughing
bless
at
America.
that. You were laughing at that earlier too. That's why I knew I would like you, because you could laugh at Trump.
Exactly. All right. So with that setup of what the president did on the 4th of July, let's show you the meme of the week. Here's the meme of the week. And we show it to you here as the planes fly over in support of the Continental Army in 1776. And that's our meme of the week. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And confetti.
Yeah. all right.
Promises made,
Dumbass.
promises kept.
I know. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Promises made, promises kept.
Promises made, promises kept. Okay. All right.
Like
now
a
that's
true
all.
GOPer.
We had a little contractual arrangement. Andrew, as president of the Log Cabin Republicans, only gets 17 words in this show. You've used them all up. Now, silence for the rest of the show. All right, we move on to the best thing of the week.
Impeach you.
Wow, did we find something fun for best thing of the week? You know you're gay, or you're so gay, is such a phrase, and it can be funny. We have found a movie deleted scene. This is a true scene with, well, I can't explain it. Best thing of the week. Watch this.
You know what we should do? We should go see Celine Dion there.
You want to go see Celine Dion?
Yes.
Take shrooms and go see Celine?
I think if we eat enough, she'll start to look like a human.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You want to see Celine Dion not on shrooms.
Very, very funny. You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You've TiVo'd every episode of Tourgasm.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You wanted to put on suits for a 4-hour drive.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're wearing a white tie.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're not so crazy about Gloria Estefan, but you love Miami Sound Machine.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
Every time we go out to eat, you want to sit on the terrace.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're always ordering frittatas.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
2 words. False teeth.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
2 words. You're gay.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
Your fucking car.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You fucked a dude in my car.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're very good at articulating with a cock in your mouth.
You know how I know that you're gay?
How?
You make me talk when I do it.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
Your chin has ball rests.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
Your index finger smells like Rupert Everett.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You know what Rupert Everett smells like.
Your finger.
My finger.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You have a television show called My Eye for the Straight Guy.
You know how I know you're gay? You have a show called Brown Eye for the Straight Guy.
You know how I know you're gay? You wear V-neck sweaters with nothing underneath.
You know how I know you're gay? You wear vests with nothing underneath.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You trim your beard.
I do trim my beard.
Gay.
Manscaping, I call it.
Yeah, another reason why you're gay.
Because I have a term for that.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
I don't know, you're just gay.
You're just gay.
You're gay.
Man, how insulted would a gay guy be if he was here?
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're always talking about public radio.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
Your towels have your name stitched into them.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You used my towels with my name stitched in them to wipe the jizz off your lips.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You still make Brokeback Mountain jokes.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You liked the 40-year-old virgin.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're ripping off that lame routine from the 40-year-old virgin.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're referencing yourself in a shitty movie.
You know how I know you're gay?
How?
You're referencing yourself in a shitty movie.
That's pretty gay.
That is gay. You're right.
I guess that makes me gay.
You're the gay one.
There it is, America. That's how we know you're gay.
Hey, Power.
That's how
Okay,
we know.
there you
Power.
are.
Do you want to know why I doubt you're gay? Because that was really long and really hot, and you were just not feeling it.
It was too long for me.
Yeah, all right. All right, let's move out of the best thing of the week to our celebrity hot topics. Each week we tell you some of the big things that are happening in the news and hot topics with celebrities. First, Halle, not Barry, Bailey. Ever heard of her?
Yes.
She has been cast in a live action of Ariel in The
Good for
Little
you, baby.
Mermaid. Wow, was there big backlash and discussion about it because they turned The Little Mermaid black. Dun, dun, dun. Watch this on the news about Ariel.
All right, now Freeform made a whole statement. Yes, the original author of The Little Mermaid was Danish. Ariel is a mermaid. She lives in an underwater kingdom in international waters and can legit swim wherever she wants. But for the sake of argument, let's just say that Ariel too is Danish. Danish mermaids can be black because Danish people can be black. So
now, who the hell knew Ariel was Danish? Now, see, y'all making too much of this. Okay, who knew that? What is Danish? Seriously, what is Danish? I don't even know what a Danish person is.
It's Dutch.
Huh?
You said it's Dutch.
Man, what?
I don't know.
I don't know either. So why are you talking?
It's a great morning.
We don't know.
Bites.
I don't know what Danishes are.
I love Danishes.
Salute to all the Danish people out there that listen to us.
make a great Danish.
But I don't even care. Like, Ariel is a mermaid.
But it's fiction.
Like, exactly.
Well, as you can see, there's been lots of news about this. First off, I understand. I haven't seen it yet. That she is amazing. Some of the excerpts of her singing, for example, is amazing. Live action of The Little Mermaid. Breaking news today, just today, Twitter has reported that many of the accounts that initiated this story of backlash about a black Little Mermaid were actually coming from fake Twitter accounts. And the Twitter accounts have been brought down. And that the question is, how did Twitter create a false narrative story of racism? Any thoughts in terms of what's going on with Ariel and The Little Mermaid?
All right, first off, let me just start it off by this, okay? First off, it's a fictional character, guys. Who the fuck cares if it's purple, yellow, orange, black? Who fucking cares? Number one, okay? Number two, guys, if you don't understand that you are now being controlled by social media, you need to wake up. Social media is a tool for people to persuade elections, persuade your thoughts, persuade mass society. If you don't get that by now, I don't know what world you're living in.
And silence the other view that they don't want to hear.
Also, if you haven't actually seen her as a singer, check out Grownish. It's a very well done show, a spinoff of Blackish. You can see why she fits that character much better than Ariana Grande would fit that character.
15 more seconds. He's got an Ariana Grande fetish. Anything else? All right, we're moving on. Big news is the non-binary character in celebrity news this week of Steven Universe. Never heard of it. Brought to my attention this week of a PSA that the Cartoon Network has done on a non-binary bullying message. Watch the PSA. Very interesting.
I'm Stevani. Let's talk about social media. I love posing for selfies. But social media can be about more than how you look. It can be about who you are. Hold up. I don't need followers or likes to feel good about myself. I know I'm amazing.
Good luck today, Stevani. Good luck at the shoot. You're a natural. It's gonna be great. Woo!
There is some positivity on here if you know where to look. Maybe I'll use it carefully.
Congratulations, Cartoon Network.
And I just want to say that
Cartoon
Melania
Network.
Trump with Be Best is doing a great job with the bullying.
All right, no, but seriously, Steve, I don't know what that had anything to do with about a binary person. Steven Universe is perhaps the most LGBTQ-friendly animation program that exists. They have gay weddings. They have all sorts of LGBT love that is, it's intrinsic to the nature of the show. If you haven't heard of it, it's a part of our cause, Al.
Okay,
You need to watch it.
I got it. Other big news this week was Iggy Azalea. Over the weekend, Iggy Azalea had a concert, and she stopped in the middle of her concert at Iggy Azalea's concert to talk about trans issues and trans murder. Watch what she said on stage. This is from an iPhone even. Watch this.
41% of trans people have attempted suicide. 80% of trans students feel unsafe at school. And my friend, Michelle, has a life expectancy as a black trans woman of 35 years old. I just turned 29 3 weeks ago. Is she only supposed to live to 35? Not because she has a disease, not because there's something wrong with her, because they're murdering trans people. 11 trans women of color have died this year. We're only in June. That's almost 2 a month. And this shit has got to change. So my next song is dedicated to you, Michelle. I know you're out there tonight, and I can't hear you, but I see you. You are not invisible to me, and you matter to me, and I'm gonna be your voice.
Well,
I'm gonna clap.
All right, we're gonna clap. All right. Interesting point of view. I thought it was interesting that she stopped her concert for the issue. I wish Aaron was with us tonight.
No, but that's exactly
wish
the
he
thing.
was with us tonight to be able to talk about.
Well, I
Any
think
quick thoughts?
that she's to be applauded for her
Yeah.
stand. A lot of celebrities don't use their platform to talk about these
Thank
issues,
you.
especially
Positive
stand
thing.
up
And here's
for
the
our
thing: we don't
community.
have to have a trans person here to talk about trans rights.
That's right.
You don't have to know somebody that's trans to talk about trans rights. He doesn't
Agreed.
have to be here for us to bring this up.
Well, you know, and it's interesting because what we're talking about right now is the fact of we brought it up on the show many times is the gay community and how
up.
we accept the trans community
Yeah.
as a part of our own community.
Yeah, we're-
so hell yeah,
We're
you know?
actually going to talk a little more about that later in the show.
I can't believe that bitch is
Stonewall
29.
and Pride Month. It's over. Another week, and it's like a collective sigh of relief in terms of Pride being over. But Virgin has had some interesting, Virgin Airlines, some interesting things. Let us show you what London and Britain did for New York and America for Stonewall Pride. Watch this, Virgin's Pride flight. Britain to New York Stonewall.
Leave it to
and
Richard to
Pride.
push it.
I want to remind you, America, have you shared us? Have you started a watch party? If you like this content, let your friends know about it in the gay community and our straight allies. Let's move into the big headline news of the week. There's lots of big headlines, and we have a few. First, AIDS and HIV. Huge news this week in HIV. First off, the UNMC researchers have a major HIV breakthrough. Watch this reporting that we've prepared.
In Health Watch, researchers at the University of Nebraska Medical Center announced a breakthrough in the cure for HIV. The team of scientists from the University of Nebraska and Temple University say they have eliminated HIV from the DNA of infected mice. They used a combination of laser art technology to reduce the amount of the virus present and gene editing technology to eliminate the residual virus.
So the notion now of taking pills every day for the rest of one's life is now we were in a realistic possibility that this could be eliminated, potentially, by 2 separate injections.
The researchers believe their breakthrough is a crucial step toward developing a cure for HIV, but say there's a lot of work to be done before the method can be tested on humans.
Well, absolutely big news this week in terms of the DNA study of HIV completely being eliminated. This is not a management result study. This is the elimination of HIV. And we are very excited about the news. We're going to play something about the history of AIDS. I know it should be self-evident to all of us as we start to run this video, but we've had a long and treacherous history of HIV and AIDS. Y'all's thoughts as we run this about the history, about what you thought about the study this week. Any thoughts?
Well, this is one of those things that really means so much to those of us that actually lived through the AIDS crisis. Because right now, you don't see what we used to see. We don't see our friends dropping and dying left and right, day by day. And so for those of us that lived with that have lost so many friends along the way, this is a big deal. It should be a big deal for everybody, but you won't really understand the tragedy of how the HIV crisis has hit unless you've actually felt it and gone through it.
And the stigma that came with it back in the day, how we've overcome it, and living years and years and years. And this is one of President Trump's things, is to eradicate this, and this is part of his program to help it.
I'm not going to turn this into a Trump conversation.
I don't understand, but
I want to go back to that, though. I didn't live through the AIDS epidemic, but I am a younger person that has been experienced to an older crowd that this means everything for. Sir Alpha, I'm so excited to know that your quality of life can change. If you haven't been affected, then find somebody that can become your friend to tell you why this is important. It's the biggest news of the year in LGBTQ.
It is huge news in terms of this study, and we're going to watch it closely.
It's amazing.
Other big headlines this week has to do with President Trump's taxes. His taxes.
Oh, here we go.
Oops.
This week, Congress, the House of Representatives, sued Donald Trump for 6 years of taxes. We're showing you a little note here first about the issue on Trump. and specifically the law in the 1920s. We're showing you a slide that was cited in the lawsuit that the House and the chairman of Ways and Means has the ability to do it, which the Secretary of Treasury has refused to participate in. Before we talk about this, let us show you a video about the news this week of suing President Trump for his taxes.
News
Watch
tonight,
this.
a sharp escalation, a major effort to force transparency on Donald Trump. This is a story we first broke 8 months ago, election night, about Democrats using new legal powers to compel the president's taxes. I've spoken to a senior Democratic source on the Ways and Means Committee who says tonight, breaking news, they do intend to request President Trump's tax returns. We learned that election night news from our sources. Now, by April, House Democrats were invoking a special federal law to get the tax returns. It authorizes the House to act alone, meaning this is the rare move in Washington that Mitch McConnell cannot thwart. And like other Democratic efforts in the House, it is one that does take on Donald Trump and try to get some oversight. The Treasury Department defied this request. So what's happening? Tonight, the Democrats are striking back against that defiance by formally taking Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin to court. That's going to try to make them to comply with the law. And the fight not only puts new legal pressure on Trump, it also reminds voters about a broken promise.
If I decide to run for office, I'll produce my tax returns, absolutely. And I would love to do that.
He didn't. And he doesn't. The New York Times saw some of Trump's tax info a couple decades ago, and it showed $1 billion in losses despite claims of having a great business. It also showed evidence that he engaged in certain types of tax schemes. The Times saw them as, quote, outright fraud. So maybe those reports have something to do with why Donald Trump has broken his promise and continues to fight hard now in court to keep his taxes secret.
Well, this is potentially, of course, as we know, gigantic news. Because if the courts uphold that the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee has the power to subpoena the president's taxes, we could find out a lot of things that have been assumed exist. What do y'all think about what is going on?
This is going to happen just like Nancy Pelosi's lawsuit. It's going to be thrown out. They need to work on fixing the border infrastructure, and who cares about his damn tax returns?
I do too.
Josie, let me see your tax returns.
Sure.
She's not the president. She's not the president.
But
She doesn't affect you.
There's more
She's not
important
the
things in
president.
this country
She doesn't
than his
affect
tax
you.
returns.
The president affects me, so I want to know his tax returns. I want to know everything about a man that's affecting me and negatively, by the way.
Andrew, let me ask you a very specific question to your
Absolutely.
observation. I understand your observation about Nancy Pelosi, but it seems that the law that was written during the Smoot crisis in the 20s, that the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee has the power to do this.
They do not have to turn them over.
What?
They do not have to turn them over. They do not.
Yes, they do.
The MS media
But
is
why
making
not?
a big
Yes,
thing.
they do. The 1924 law
No, they
states
don't.
the secretary shall, not if he wants, shall furnish the committee with any return specified by the request.
But not required.
Yes, shall means required.
No, it does not say.
Shall means required. Yes.
Must.
Shall means required. You
Not
are required to
no.
do this.
Andrew,
Shall
back-
means
And
required.
hence why
Again,
we will
let's
be
get
in
back
court
to the
It doesn't
running.
mean-
Let's
doesn't
get
mean-
back to
nuances of
running this
language.
country for Pete's
I
sake.
wanna
We
hear-
got crisis. We got homeless people. We got
And the-
opioid problem.
And the
Who
first
cares
crisis,
about his
and
damn
the first
taxes?
crisis is a man in office. So let's get him settled out, and then we can work on the other crisis.
It all
That's
comes
the
down to
problem.
him being an honest person, and he's not honest, and that's going to be shown through his
This
tax
is gonna be
returns,
the last
which aren't
comment.
going to get in anyway. If
I
anyone
mean,
believes
because
they'll
we all
get
need
in.
to know who he's in bed with.
Who he's
Maybe-
beholden to.
does
Melania,
he
who
owe-
cares?
Who
Right.
I do,
who
I
does he
do.
owe money
Wait.
to?
All right,
I do.
wait.
Andrew
boom.
asked, who cares? Me, this
Okay.
bitch here.
All right. So clearly, I don't think Andrew's right. I just make the observation of that. I think the shall will be ruled by the courts. That chairman
do
of the
too.
House Ways and Committee has the right to do this. Now
Another
the
waste of
question will
time.
be
Will it?
what the courts decide. Clearly, this little exchange at It's Happening Out proves that it's going to go to the courts, and we'll
Trump
watch
will get
that
out of it.
closely.
He always
Let's
does.
move on to other headlines. Other
just
headlines.
remember, I'll
I'm
be
moving
right.
on. I'm moving on.
Headline.
Other headlines in the news this week is Cracker Barrel. I'm not getting ready to bash Cracker Barrel. In fact, I'm getting ready to tell you that Cracker Barrel said no this week against any LGBTQ discrimination. We put the slide up, And what happened at Cracker Barrel was a pastor wanted to have a special event at a Cracker Barrel that was very inflammatory to the community, and Cracker Barrel said no. In fact, I asked about this. The slide we're showing you is not created by It's Happening Out. That rainbow image of Cracker Barrel is corporately created by Cracker Barrel.
Good job, guys.
Any
Finally.
thoughts about what's going on at Cracker Barrel? My has 2 decades changed everything. What do y'all think? Any
Well,
thoughts?
you know, listen, people make mistakes. People make poor judgments. We've said that many times on the show. Cracker Barrel made some poor judgments in the past, and if they are willing to correct their mistakes, I'm willing to continue buying your country fried steak.
That's right. That's right. They've evolved. Newsflash. There was once upon a time that I, too, was anti-LGBT, that I, too, was homophobic.
Really?
Oh, yes. Yes. As I'm quite sure a lot of us are before we have come to terms with ourselves.
Sure.
It's called evolving. It's called growing.
Right.
And so I think that I want to say I applaud them. They've come a long way. And I'm going to eat their food regardless.
Let's go.
They
You wanna
have,
go on a
that's
date?
right. They have come a long way, but let's still look at this image for a minute. They have a long way to go. If they think that this is a stereotypical gay person, why is there the rainbow? What is that called, Miss Drag Queen? Not many at all. Gay guys wear things like that. Come on, let's not have antiquated community.
We're moving on, America. Other headlines in the news. This is a big one.
Ooh.
Big headline.
Woo. Like it big.
Gay community, are you ready? We learned this week that President Trump is going to win the re-election in November 2020.
Yes!
We learned this. Fascinating. Watch this video about why President Trump is going to win the election.
He studies the past for a living, but Professor Alan Lichtman has also made a name for himself by looking into the future. The historian has correctly predicted the last 9 presidential elections. Look at all the faces on your screen, he called, from Ronald Reagan in 1984 all the way through Donald Trump in 2016's biggest political upset in modern U.S. history. Now Lichtman says, albeit with some caution, since obviously nothing is final yet, but that Trump will win again. But the professor also believes Democrats do have a shot if they impeach him. So let's talk about that. Professor Alan Lichtman is with me now. Professor, good to have you on.
Same. Good to be on.
So you called it 9 times. 9. And you say now, and I know we're still early and this is not your official prediction, but you think Trump is it in 2020 unless what?
Unless the Democrats grow a spine and do their constitutional duty and move into an impeachment inquiry, and I think the evidence will show ultimately an impeachment. It's a false dichotomy to say Democrats have a choice between doing what is right and what is constitutional and what is politically right. Impeachment is also politically right. Right now, based on my system, there has to be 6 negative factors against the party holding the White House, the Trump party, to predict their defeat. They're down only 3. But an impeachment would nail down the scandal key, a 4th key. It might trigger other keys like a real challenge to his renomination or a third party enough to defeat him. And let's not forget, impeachment is not just a vote in the House. It involves public hearings as part of the impeachment inquiry, and what everyone forgets, a public trial in the Senate in which House prosecutors present evidence, present documents, make opening and closing statements.
Well, Gay America, we have a situation on our hand depending on some people are going to be very jubilant, some people are going to be very unhappy on this news. Lichtman's standard, we're showing you a slide right now of his criteria. He's predicted all 9 of the last elections, including the big one, Gore v. Bush, Clinton in 92, and the biggest of all, Trump in 2016. What do y'all think about his prediction that if he is not going through impeachment process Donald Trump is going to be president in 2020.
I think he's completely accurate, and I hope that this wakes people up to actually go out there and vote. This is terrifying. It's been terrifying since 2015, and it's going to get worse. He's going to stay in office. He's going to become a dictator. He's already trying to do that. Please go out and vote. Make your friends vote, and vote for safety of most Americans.
Yes.
Beyond voting, you guys need to wake up right now, get away, go out there, and do whatever it takes to stand your ground, guys. We're in a stand your ground kind of moment. You need to wake up. If you think that your rights are being attacked right now, stand up. Go out there, get on the field, and help campaign for whichever candidate you believe has the vision and the leadership to take this country in a unified direction.
First of all, the impeachment's not going to happen because it's not going to go through the Senate, number one, which
Nope,
you all
'cause
don't,
it's all
you all don't
corrupted already.
understand that. But with what the Democrats are offering is free, free, free. Josie, they wanted 70% tax, so your dollar oysters are going to make 15 cents on an oyster. Number two, the American
$1.15 oysters, 7 days a week.
But what I'm saying is what the other side is proposing is you're going to be taxed 70% on your oysters.
Yeah.
Now, President Trump is going to win by a landslide.
Yeah.
He is going to win Florida by 51%. He's going to win on his record. The American people see what he has done with the economy, listed tariffs, worked with North Korea, the trade deal. The stock market is at an all-time high, and people have more disposable income. They're going to vote for their pockets.
I'm constantly saying, I'm listening to this point of view, and it's becoming scarier and scarier to me because
What's scary about a great country with a great defense?
A racist president. A racist president. That's what's scarier. Now, look, and I let you speak. Okay. All I have to say about this is I'm very glad that we aired this segment of our show, because if I had known this before, I would not have been in that false sense of security that I was the last time. So please, people out there, wake up, listen to this, look at this, and know that we do not have it in the bag. We have to get out there, we have to mobilize, and we have to vote, because that's the only way things will change.
And to follow up on that, the Republicans have to get out and vote, cannot rest on their
Yes,
laurels and think
that's
that they're going
absolutely
to
true.
automatically win.
Everybody has to get out.
We all have to. If you're not registered to vote,
everybody has to get out there and vote.
Let's get rid of Mitch
every
McConnell.
vote counts.
Y'all, I want to bring the headline to a conclusion, and that is our message, regardless of which side you're on. Get out and vote.
Get out and
I
vote.
want to remind everybody at home, have you shared us? We're hoping that you have started a party, a watch party, to let people see the content that you see that's happening out. Our next thing that we want to, and final thing that we want to talk about in the headlines, did any big sporting event happen this week?
Yeah.
Well, the girls came through this week. The girls came through.
USA.
The USA soccer team wins its fourth historic World Soccer Championship.
That's awesome.
I thought interesting in terms of the World Cup, what was interesting was, and we're going to show you this video in a moment, of people chanting equal pay in the finale of the stadium. Watch this video that we prepared.
Megan Rapinoe and Alex Morgan.
Equal pay! Equal pay!
The investment isn't there from the ground up. We don't feel like we're funded equally from top to bottom.
If each team played and won 20 non-tournament games a year, female players would earn a maximum of $99,000, while similarly ranked male players would earn an average of more than $260,000.
You should fight for what you believe in.
The United States women's national team defeated the Netherlands at the World Cup in France. This team has been nothing short of stupendous and legendary in the span of a month. They drew the ire of Donald Trump, who did not congratulate them on social media until way late. They were labeled arrogant and offended the masses with an utter destruction of first-time tourneygoers Thailand. Battled and countered beautifully against the host nation France, shoved Trump's boy toy Piers Morgan back into oblivion, and shut out the Dutch in the final. The question we must ask, what else must these women do to get on equal footing on the topic of pay as the men? When Gianni Infantino, FIFA's president, went to midfield, the chant started.
Equal pay! Equal pay! Equal pay! Equal pay! Equal pay! Equal pay!
We all recognize how great American women have been. 4 World Cups since the tournament's inception of 1991. AOC jumped in the fray, tweeting, "At this point, we shouldn't even be asking for equal pay for the women's team. We should demand they be paid at least twice as much."
Yeah. Go ladies! Yeah!
Well, good job, girls. Good job. You've done.
I get excited for
you've done
women's
America
sports, let me
proud.
tell you.
And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, almost all of the leadership and the stars of that team are what we call members of our community.
Yeah!
So we're really happy about that.
Takes a good lesbian to lead the world.
We're showing you a little bit of the big highlights of the World Cup. Any thoughts about what we watched in the last weeks?
So proud, so inspiring, and they're absolutely right. They generate more money than the men's soccer team.
1.9 million.
Right.
This year.
And they only get a fraction of what the men make.
What an amazing place to have that brought up, though, at a soccer game when we're winning. Oh, by the way, this is another very important topic, much bigger than sports. I didn't know sports could matter or be about actual protest. I know the Kaepernick
They're role
thing, but
models using their platform for
That's
a great
amazing.
cause.
Yay, 2019.
All right. So those are our big headlines of the week. We're going to move out of our headlines now. We're doing a short segment this week that we haven't done before, and it's called Happening Now. You see this news slide that we have prepared about the trending breaking news alerts. Anybody have any big happening news issues that they want to talk about real quick?
Hey, well, since we're on the subject of U.S. women's soccer and World Cup winners 4 times in a row, since we're there, today, just breaking news, Megan Rapinoe on the steps of the New York City Hall where she was being honored as the captain of the World Cup Series team was unifying women, not just gay women, but gay, straight, dreadlock, black, white, yellow, every single woman, for all of us to be unified.
Interesting, and she has been absolute leadership. Any other
I've got
happening
one.
now?
I've got one. On a very popular DC animation cartoon, Young Justice, they have their first ever genderqueer character. And it doesn't matter if they are a boy or a girl with a female body. They said something along the lines of, "Whatever I am, I'm just me." Yay animation. I'm so happy.
Interesting. Anything else?
I have one. Philadelphia Democrat Rob Jordan left the Democratic Party, became a Republican, and started the first log cabin Republican Cup in my home state of Pennsylvania.
Wait, the first one in the entire state
It's
of
the only one that's
Pennsylvania.
there now.
Wow, log cabin Republican. Okay. Anything you?
Well, yes. Actually, I'm not somebody that really follows Nicki Minaj or
Yeah, you do, girl.
celebrities in general. But I will shout out and give a shout out to somebody when they do something really positive. And Nicki Minaj, she canceled her concert in Saudi Arabia to stand up for LGBT rights and those of the oppressed. So I really, really want to thank her and applaud her. And Nicki, I see you now, girl.
Hey, girl.
Happening now. I agree. Happening now. Trending breaking news alerts since we put the show together earlier today. Hey, we've done a lot of news, so let's do something fun. Something you haven't seen in a while.
Oh, I thought you said fun.
There's a lot of rainbow here. Let's play our fun game, I'd Swallow That. And oh my goodness, are we going to swallow a lot.
I know you'll
These
swallow that,
are
Andrew.
shots of Live Proud Vodka,
Yep.
who you represent.
Yeah,
Live
I'm the
Proud.
national ambassador for Live
National
Proud Vodka.
ambassador.
That's right.
What we're going to do is this is an agree game. If you agree with the question that is asked, you've got to take the shot. If you don't touch your shot. And we'll find out some about the host and all of us in our game. And we encourage you, play at home if you would like. Everybody understand the rules of I'd Swallow
Understood.
That? Here we go. All right. The Republicans are already violating the rules by touching the vodka. Put the vodka back
It's
there.
in his
Put the
blood.
vodka
What do you
back.
expect?
All right, Donald,
How about your
stop
tax
touching.
returns,
Right.
huh?
All right. Question number 1. I'd swallow that. I have flipped from top to bottom due to the chemistry with the partner I was with. I have flipped.
If you don't answer yes, you're doing it wrong. Let me just point that out. I'm a top. I have to always top people, even when that's not our point of view. Bitch, shut up. Have fun sex, not a point of view of just what you have to be.
Okay.
No comment.
What an inappropriate question.
All right.
Let's go on.
Fluid,
All right.
baby. Fluid.
Question number 2. I'd swallow that. I can lie so well that I could probably pass a polygraph test.
No.
Now, I know the president of the Log Cabin Republicans is getting ready to take a shot. No, I'm only kidding with you.
You believed all of those things you said before?
Did you take one? Wait.
That's all I can walk away with. I thought it was a joke.
All right, there's our soundbite. I'm going to move on. All right, question number 3. I'd swallow that. Let's dream about sex. Dreaming about sex.
Already there.
I've had sex dreams that I've woken up from and was grateful it was just a dream.
A sex dream that you were grateful it was just a dream, which meant it was that horrible?
Yes.
No, not just have to be
Or
horrible.
with who? It could have been with somebody that would have been horrible.
You know when you
wait.
you're having
I've
sex
never
with your
had
mom or
a
something
sex
weird.
dream.
You're like, whoa.
I have never had a sex
Weird.
dream with Power Infiniti, but even thinking about it, I'm going to do that.
My first ever wet dream was when I was thinking of a guy that had no penis. He just had balls. And it terrified me for like a good 3 months of my life.
Nightmare.
No, I'm not even kidding. I mean, I'm sure that must be really fun if it happens somehow, but I'm still thinking about it today.
Thinking about it.
All right. Question number 4. I'd swallow. Oh my goodness, did that hit?
Yeah.
Love, live proud.
You didn't actually need
and
to
I'd
drink
hit.
that. You just wanted an excuse to drink. So
That's right, exactly. No. I was speaking the truth in that shot. All right, question 4. I'd swallow that. Now we talked about dream sex. Now let's talk about reality sex. Question number 4. I'd swallow that. My friends would be totally surprised by the people I actually hook up with.
What do you mean?
No.
Surprise? I mean, whatever, dude.
Or the amount. Wait, what does that mean? I'm curious. What would surprise me about who you, if you were going to, if you move back to olden days, you're married. Back when, well, no, I was going to make a terrible joke. What would surprise us about who you were hooking up with?
About who I was hooking up with?
Yeah, what would surprise us?
Well, just the types, the various types. But the fact
I know, that's what I'm asking.
But the fact that
Barbara
the fact that
Walters
it's been-
is now zeroing in on opportunity.
Well, I didn't. It was more so the amount of guys that I've hooked up with. And
Yeah.
The quantity. That would surprise us?
Yes, the quantity. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me, girl. I
Now-
was like, I'm expecting high
Wait.
numbers.
Oh, believe me, my amount would surprise you.
We're at Bubbles and Pearls at Wilton Manors, the gayest place on planet Earth, and the restaurant is full of lesbian women right now.
Yeah!
It's open for all. So let me turn to the lesbian woman. You took the drink too.
Oh,
the
yeah,
shot.
sure did.
What would surprise us about your pursuit of reality
Honey,
sex?
there's a lot of things that would surprise you about me.
Give me one example.
Let's just say
one.
Like
that,
just general lesbian sex.
Okay, well, let's just...
Oh, the fact that
15
you're
seconds.
having lesbian
Yeah.
sex. That would surprise us.
I know, that's what I think. I think that a lot of people think that I
The
can't...
boys. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about boys.
Oh, I'm interested again.
But I just think that people don't think, for whatever reason, that I have the kind of women that I have been able to...
The voluptuous, beautiful girl.
But you're so likable.
The women I've been able to
I
conquer.
just have to tell you got to come down to Fort Lauderdale. Josie's wife, Marcy,
Beautiful.
is beautiful
Hello.
and voluptuous, and she is so much better
And
than
so
you.
fun.
I
by the
know.
way.
That's
She is
why I
so much
married
better
her.
than
She
you. All
makes
right.
me look good.
Let's move on. I'd swallow that. Question number 5. You ready?
Yes.
I've only done 2 shots, and they're
Guys, we're
running
gonna
right
get drunk
to my
here,
head.
okay? Just so you know.
Question number 5. If I find $100 on the floor, I think finders keepers.
It's mine.
Wait, is there another option? Like, return it to the public
Well,
court? What do you do with that?
Yeah, where are we at?
Like, what am I
Like in the
gonna
middle
do?
of a field? If I find $100
Am I
in the
watching
middle
an
of a
old
field,
woman
I'm
drop it and
keeping
not like
Don't
stealing it out of her
split
bag?
the hair. You
Okay,
know what
no
the question
splitting the
means.
hairs.
Of course you take it.
I found $120 on the floor at work.
No,
Of course, you're a Republican. You're going to keep it.
Exactly. She didn't get her weave that week.
And it's not taxable.
Exactly.
If I
It's like
find
you're the
$100
president.
on the
I gave
floor,
it to
leave it
Josie.
for the next bitch to find. No, of course I'm gonna take it, girl.
Did you take that shot?
Yeah, I took it in half.
And Josie,
yeah.
that
all right.
$120 I found, I came
All
down
right.
here and spent on my oysters.
Last question. Question number 6. I'd swallow that.
can't
Now,
take
America, I have to clue you in on something. This was intentional. We haven't played I'd Swallow That in a while. And normally...
Well, you play I'd Swallow That every night. Come on.
That's a beautiful bird, you know.
No. I'm looking
Do we have
out
a
in the
spouse in the
audience
house?
and I'm going, no. I have to tell you, we haven't done 6 shots in a long time.
In a long time.
This is going to turn out
gonna be
really
rolling
bad.
outta here, guys.
I'm just telling you. All right.
Not unless you're a
But
professional.
seriously, this is real.
Yeah, we got to
Live
work on
proud.
David, man. He needs to learn how to mix them.
Yeah.
You know?
There's
Nah.
no club soda in these shots at
Y'all
all.
just learn
All right.
how to drink a little
All right.
better.
I'd swallow that. Question number 6. I got to keep this show together.
Let's go, Al. That's why
Question
you're the
number 6.
moderator.
All the lesbians over here are cheering. No, crush him, crush him. Damn it. All right. Question number 6. I'd swallow that. Knowing all I know now, if I would come out differently again, I would.
No.
I would come out different than the way I did the first time.
Like, fuck no.
No.
No?
Like,
I would. Yep. I came out sheepishly. I was president of a fraternity in college, and I hid my sexuality, so I can't lie. I would.
Yeah. I would have come out, knowing what I know now, I would have come out earlier. I would have come out stronger, and I would have been happy to take the abuse, but I would have been a lot more self-assured that it would have been all right.
oh.
Oh my God! I think you guys were talking about coming out of the womb.
No, no.
I was like, I'm whole, perfect, and
I hear
complete.
you.
What are you talking about?
I would have waited another year. in the
Power
womb.
summarizes me. Fear. I would not be fearful.
Yes, yeah.
I came out fearful.
Coming
Yeah.
out like
Yeah.
it's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have come out totally
Yeah.
different.
I would be swinging, and I would knock somebody in the mouth and go, okay, now what do you got
With
to
your
say?
dick. No, just kidding.
I wouldn't do that, but I
You
would
know-
do one of the YouTube musicals if I came out. That would be how I would do it.
I was really lucky that I had a older gay cousin as a mentor.
All right. America, I have to tell you, that's the end of I'd Swallow That.
Thank God.
And the replacement host of the show is getting ready to
Hold on,
come in.
hold on. Before we officially end the show, I
Sean
would just-
Palacios is getting ready to sit in my seat and take over the show.
Sean is here. But I would like to say, when you asked the question about if we would lie, how good of a liar we are, the fact that I didn't take the shot was proof of how good of a liar I am.
And then he tells you he lies right afterwards.
By the way, after 3 shots, I want to say to America, I love Power Infiniti. I do. I love Power Infiniti. You're never going to hear that again. All right. Let's move on.
It's on tape.
All right. Our next segment is very important. Very important. There is a big thing going on in the gay community. And the question is, can you be gay and a Republican?
Here I am sitting.
Recently, there was, at San Francisco Pride, there was a conversation about that. And we're getting ready to show you, oh my God, I didn't say my words. We're getting ready. Production is laughing at my face right now, America. We're getting ready to show you that poll. Watch this.
Let's do it.
We've got the town hall with Pete Buttigieg. Don't you think it's just great to see the fact that you've got a guy there on the stage with his husband, and it's normal. It's not even
I
seen
think
as
it's
a big deal.
absolutely fine. I do.
As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
And we begin with President Trump's sudden and sweeping ban, using Twitter to reveal it. tweeting he will ban transgender people from serving in the military in any capacity.
The Department of Justice sent a memo to the Supreme Court. Title VII, which is a civil rights law protecting against discrimination on the basis of sex, does not extend to transgender workers.
Another ruling could override anti-discrimination protection for LGBT people by allowing religious employers to hire only persons whose beliefs and conducts are consistent with those of the company.
New Trump administration rule would roll back sex discrimination protection for transgender people in health services.
My next guests have been forced to undergo DNA testing to establish a biological connection with their own children under a new State Department policy, a requirement not asked of married heterosexual couples.
The new judges are highly credentialed conservative powerhouses, what you'd expect from a traditional Republican president. Democrats say it's not qualifications, but their philosophy that could lead to a rollback of civil rights.
The New York Times reporting the Trump administration wants to legally define transgender out of existence by officially recognizing only a person's gender at birth. This is just the latest attack on several Obama policies that expanded protections against sex discrimination to cover gender identity in areas like housing, education, and the military.
See what these people have to say. Do you think that you can be a Republican and gay at the same time?
Oh, we going there? Okay. Yeah, I don't think being gay prevents you from being an ass.
Hell no. I think being gay and a Republican is like an oxymoron.
No. Why do you think that?
Be a Republican homosexual and be closeted, but you can't be gay and be a Republican.
I think that when I think about Republicans, I think that they're too strict and they're too straight.
Not under the current administration, but yes.
Under the current administration. They're too homophobic and closed-minded.
Yes, you definitely can. Do you know I believe that anybody can do what they want and be what they want?
Yeah, I mean, they're not totally opposite concepts. As long as everyone wants everyone to be happy, it doesn't matter how you identify.
Yeah, that's fair.
Regardless, yeah.
Yes. I don't see why not.
Yeah. You guys have any gay Republican friends?
No, but I have gay friends and I have Republican friends.
That's fair.
I'm not friends with any queer Republicans. Either they don't exist where I live, or I just am like, no.
You woke up like this?
Of course, every day.
All of you guys did.
It's Pride Day in June, right? Let's celebrate!
Okay, America, the question is very specifically, can you be gay and Republican simultaneously? What do y'all think? Can you?
You first, honey.
No, you first, honey.
Well, clearly.
You're the shining example.
Well, we do have the most pro-gay president we have. He has appointed Richard Goodell, the openly gay ambassador to Germany. He's appointed 2 openly gay judges to the Ninth Circuit Court. Serving in the military is a privilege, not a right. And because if you're transgender and the issues that they have, medically, physically, that is one of the reasons. And stop cherry picking MSNBC to suit your needs. He's the most pro-gay president we've ever had. And
okay, all right. I'm sorry. That is our example of the gay Republican on the panel. And so, yes, it answers the question that can you be gay and Republican at the same time? Yes, you can. Okay, there you go.
But the values of the Republican Party and that values is what we.
Oh my God.
What we are.
Oh my God.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, gay and Republican is separate. It is a distinction between being gay and Trumpian. Okay, you can be gay and Republican, but gay and Trumpian is a total separate distinction.
That's an awesome observation. Awesome observation.
Being a gay Republican is like being a Jew for Hitler.
Wait.
What?
Andrew.
Andrew. What did he say? I didn't hear.
He said it's like Jew for Hitler.
What did he say?
Because they're saying about being a Republican, a gay Republican is like being a Jew for Hitler.
So
it's ridiculous.
You're saying that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, the fact that to prove your point, you yourself have to relate Trump to Hitler says a lot about your point of view about Trump.
No, he said Republican.
Yeah, Republican.
In the context of Trump. I love that to get buzzwords going, we have to bring up the only horrible thing we can think of. The most horrible thing we can think of is Hitler. I think that that's absolutely crazy that you have to go to that extreme.
I didn't go to that extreme. You all go to that extreme.
I didn't do anything. All I said was you said Hitler, and this Jew perked up like, okay, you're making
I
a
did not
point
bring
about
up
it.
Hitler. I said that simply there's a distinction between a gay Republican and a gay Trumpian. There's a distinction.
A gay Republican is a gay Republican.
Listen,
It doesn't matter if
I
it
don't
was
even believe that the followers and the believers, the voters, whoever behind Trump are true Republicans. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
And Ronald Reagan. They were true Republicans, and Trump is another one of those Republicans.
Wait. Hold on.
Let's have a shot.
Wait, please. To your observation, even if you're right, does it scare you that his position, as a reflection of a percentage of the gay community, but the broader percentage of the American community, is probably enough to re-elect President Donald Trump in 2020? Does that scare you?
What it does is it inspires me to mobilize, motivate, and inspire my friends to get to the ballots. I don't care. Listen, you know me, Al, well enough to know that I could care less about your politics. We may not agree, but there is something about alignment in this world. We must align for the greater good of all of us, and we have lost sight of the ability to align. We don't have to agree on anything, but we do need to align on something that helps us all move forward.
To that point specifically, what do y'all think about the video package that we just put up, which is gay people at San Francisco Pride saying it's okay to be gay and a Republican, but I have none of them in my life? What do you think about that?
I can understand. I can understand that. Look, I've been very, very, I want you to get your say, and I want everybody to get their say in, because I have a lot to say. First of all, I think it's all right, and I can understand that, because you have to understand, in this day and age, once again, the Republican Party of today, not the Republican Party in general, because there's a lot of Republicans that I have respected. The Republican Party of today, which is led by Trump, is a party that is anti-LGBT. So yes, it is. Hush, I don't want to hear nothing because I'm talking. So I think the better question to ask is not so much, can you be Republican and gay? But I think the better question is, can you be pro-gay and Republican?
Yes,
girl,
you can.
Can you be
just
pro-gay
went there.
and Republican? Because I don't know if you can be a gay person and be and Republican and be pro-gay.
Fantastic question. Let's ask you. Can you?
Absolutely.
And explain to us
I
how.
don't. And here's why I don't think so. Because I think that right now, when the rights that gays are still fighting for, okay, let me list them. We are still fighting for workplace discrimination. We are still fighting for lack of gender-neutral bathrooms in public places. Gay conversion therapy, which, by the way, the Republican Party in their national convention used and put into their platform. Yes, they did. They put in that in their platform, gay conversion therapy, which Donald Trump's Vice President Mike Pence is all about.
No, that's not.
Yes, he is. Mike Pence is all about gay conversion therapy. Yes, he is.
I want to hear the rest of the list. I want to hear the rest of the
Housing
list.
discrimination, acceptance in sports, politics, entertainment, business, and more. Transgender military service, adoption, custody, surrogacy, and other parenting issues.
All right.
These are things that we still
serving the military.
Hold on one sec. I'm going to get Ari. I hear you loud and clear. We only have about 20 seconds. I'm going to give you the final comment. You go.
Vice President Pence said that in 2015. You took it out of context. President Trump, at the National Convention, was the only Republican presidential candidate at the time that supported gay rights and the gay community.
But they still put the gay conversion therapy in their actual platform.
They did not. It was not brought to the floor.
I don't care if it was brought to the floor. If it's still written in there, it's still there. It's part of their platform.
And I'm going to say my final word is, in this community,
final word.
I get a lot of people come up to me and say, Andrew, you're my favorite Republican.
All right. All
Well,
right.
you're my favorite
It's a
Republican
low
too.
pull.
I mean, I love you.
By
I
the
just
way,
don't
I disagree with you, but I love you.
Andrew's interesting, but Joe Brookman, who is sitting diabolically planning in Washington, D.C. right now, Joe Brookman is my favorite Republican.
Oh, that's
All
right.
right, let's
I know.
move on. Let's move on.
You're right.
One of the final topics that we want to talk about is a new implementation of a new topic. Stonewall is over.
Thank God.
Yeah. So what are we going to do now?
Our 50th anniversary. What do we do now? Well, we kind of like what we did since the launch of It's Happening Out on September 20th, 2018.
Right.
So we want to do a new thing called Gay 101.
Yeah.
We make the assumption that the youngins, are you listening? That the youngins
I just
don't
smelled pizza.
know every, you smell pizza, that
I
they
smell
don't
boys,
know
so I get it.
everything about the gay community. So let's do something that helps educate. It's called Gay 101. So we're going to launch tonight Gay 101. We're showing you that slide right now. And it's things that we want to help promote and bring to the attention of the gay community. Did you know that a major protest happened in America 10 full years before Stonewall? 1969.
59.
Actually, a
1959.
major protest took place in 1959, and it took place in a donut shop called the Cooper Donuts Riot. Look what we prepared for you, and watch this.
The Stonewall riots began June 28, 1969, and officially kicked off the gay liberation movement. But what a lot of us probably don't know is how LGBTQ people had been picketing, protesting, and rioting long before that first Greenwich Village brick was hurled. Although in that case, it was just an old glamour magazine with Carly Kloss on the cover. Sorry, K-Claw. What many consider to be the first gay uprising in the United States took place a decade before Stonewall and on the other side of the country in Los Angeles. This little place called Cooper's Donuts had become a favorite hangout for drag queens, queer sex workers, and trans women who often were not allowed into gay bars and could be arrested if they were caught on the streets impersonating women. One night, the LAPD busted into Cooper's Donuts to start checking IDs to verify whether their biological sex matched their gender presentation, and just began arresting drag queens, gay men, and trans women left and right. And one gay guy was so fed up with the whole thing, he resisted arrest, and with that, everyone was inspired to start throwing coffee and donuts at the police, and a riot ensued.
America, I have to be completely transparent. I had never, I'm the gay culture guru at It's Happening Out. I had never heard of these riots.
Can we play ring toss?
Some shame in that I did not know
No shame, no
our
shame.
own history. What do y'all think about what happened in 1959?
There's a
Any
reason
thoughts?
that you were less aware of it, because it, for a long time, was referred to as trans history, not as LGBTQ history. And the fact that we even now can make that distinction is appalling, because a lot of people that know trans history will know about the riot. But us, in terms of LGBTQ community, we don't. And a lot of history we don't know, and that's part of the problem.
All
It's
right.
why we have
Other
this
thoughts?
segment.
Yeah.
I never heard of this actually until today.
Yeah.
And I thought I was up in my
You're
gay
a bad
history.
gay.
I know.
Bad gay.
No, you
But
know
you
what?
know-
Let's take the shame out of not knowing the
Now you
history.
know, but
we
Rainbow.
hopefully this segment is going to help us all bring us all up to speed on the things that Gay 101, you need to know what's going on. We need to know our history. And it's not just about gay pride or Pride Month. It's about
Or a parade.
us. Yeah.
Or a parade. Andrew. Oh, I'm sorry. Andrew, final thought.
No, not final thought.
Last
Oh,
call
okay.
up mods. Last call up mods. Let's talk about the abilities in the 50s with the lesbian underground and all of that. Everybody needs to go and listen and watch Last Call Up Mods to get a real gay history of the lesbians back in the 50s in the underground.
Okay.
Well,
Final thought.
I think it makes sense that the first gay uprising actually happened in a place that sells holes.
Hoes.
It was before me, that's for sure.
your final thought is a gay joke. That's your final thought?
it
All right.
makes
Got
sense
it.
to
Got
me,
it. I
so-
love that. All right. Let's end our show tonight with a final game. And we do this fun game called Shag, Marry, Chop. Now, America, if you haven't watched It's Happening Out since its beginning premiere on September 20th, 2018, you know we call this game Shag, Marry, Chop because the Secret Service got involved and knocked on Power's door because of what he was doing. So we had to make some corrections. So we're going to play Shag, Marry, Chop. Now, we're going to play a game tonight that we played before, but a completely new perspective of playing this game before. And the reason is because recently, when Avengers Endgame, oh my God, I went this week and saw it again after all of these months, we found out that the stars of Avengers Endgame played their own version of Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Uh-oh.
Watch this.
Are we going to get booted from Facebook?
It's Chris, and Chris. This is the eternal question of who is the best Chris.
Oh, I don't like this game because it has the F word in it.
Oh, Chucky, we won't use that word, will we? We'll make love.
Make love.
Or just hang out with, because they're all men, and I'm married.
I think it's gonna be hug, give a birthday cake,
Very nice.
or take on a free vacation.
Marry, kill. Sorry, Evans.
You had that answer pretty prepared.
Yeah, probably a bit too prepared.
I've tried to kill Thor many times in character, so maybe that's that, I suppose.
I'm gonna marry Captain America. He's reliable. You marry Evans, right?
I don't know. I feel like they're both good husband material.
Who do I want to sleep with? Myself. There you go. Yeah. How about kill Thor, and then marry Thor after he's dead?
Marry? Who am I going to marry?
Who do you want to marry? Yeah, start small.
Chris Pratt.
You know, I used to say I would kill Chris Pratt because I hadn't actually met him, and that I would marry Chris Hemsworth because he's a Norse god, obviously. But now I've met Chris Pratt and he really makes me laugh and he's really super sweet. You kill Pratt.
Kill Pratt.
And I'm gonna kill Chris Pratt because it would just be so much fun.
Great answers. Great answers.
And he'd kill me if he got the chance.
The F word thing, myself.
And I guess that leaves Captain America. What am I doing with him? I'm killing him. What a shame. Oh well. At least I didn't have to have sex with either of them. So that's good.
Okay, America, we have tonight not only proved that we're broadcasting from the gayest place on planet Earth, but we are the gayest people on planet Earth.
For
because
sure.
we loved that.
Oh, man.
So, that was Fuck, Marry, Kill right from the red carpet. Tonight we're going to play our version of it called
Oh my God, they're really
Shag,
cute.
Marry, Chop.
Christ.
We're showing you the video now. Now
Oh, my
watch
God.
this.
Oh my God.
My pussy's percolating.
Oh my
Now,
God.
I have to get in props. There is no place in America. I'm very proud to be associated with
OMG.
this. There is no place in America that's doing a live gay talk show that does this kind of video integration. There's no place. I love It's Happening Out, and this is why we're America's most popular live gay talk show.
know it.
So let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. The three Chris's.
All right.
Who are we playing?
I've been ready to go with this for like months. I've contemplated this. So I'm going to say I'm going to shag Thor because I would be too intimidated to do anything more, but damn, do I need to do it at least once. Marry.
You would be such a abused bottom.
Oh my God. Please, God.
Welcome to Fort
If this happens, I will turn Republican. You have me forever.
Yes. Go, baby. Go, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. He could have you on the hammer and like call it to him, and then you could be in the air and like fly. Oh my God, this fantasy is going really far.
We got it.
Marry,
Who would you marry?
I would marry Captain America because he has good morals and America's ass.
Yeah.
And I would reluctantly, and this is making me change my mind a little bit, but I would kill you, Star-Lord. I'm sorry.
Oh, Star-Lord is dead.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody else?
Yes.
Here we go, America. Oh, wait. By the way, Kyle, Power's husband, I hope you're watching closely. What would you do? Shag, Marry, Chop.
I'm telling you right now, my pussy's percolating. Shag, Marry,
Mine
Chop.
too, okay.
Shag.
In the order. So shag, I would shag Chris Evans. I would
Captain
shag
America.
Captain America.
Okay.
I would definitely marry Chris Hemsworth because I think that he would be able to protect me all the days of my life.
Wait, did you watch Endgame?
Yes, I did.
Fat Chris.
Marry means for better or worse. So I would definitely marry Chris Hemsworth.
All right.
Hopefully it'd be for better
fat
later.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry, Chris Pratt, but you gotta go sail off into the galaxy.
Okay.
So
Oh my God. The Guardian is gone.
Oh.
Wait.
I bow to you and I agree with you.
Hold on.
Oh, really?
Do Republicans have sex?
They reproduce.
Have you been to the cubby hole?
Come on,
okay.
who are we
All right.
kidding?
Who would
Sex
you
is the one
shag?
thing that is not about a political party.
All right.
It's a
Who would you
nonpartisan
shag?
decision.
Everyone
I said I agree with everything that Power Infinity said.
Oh, this is the moment.
Wait. Oh my gosh. We're gonna find another star aligning here. Wait. A log cabin Republican that's going to tell us who they're shagging. Go ahead.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. You're gonna
Of
shag.
course, Captain America.
Well, there's no wrong answer here. Come on.
You're gonna marry,
Mr. Hemsworth.
and you're gonna chop.
Mr. Pratt with the little Pratt.
OMG, Mr. Pratt, you are not going like, what
You're
is
not
that?
doing
He's
it
loved.
well.
He's
0
loved.
for
Now,
3 right
We've
now.
asked
He's my
the
dancing
boys.
man.
I'm really curious. This room full of girls.
What do the lesbians say
What does
about
the
this?
lesbians say?
Okay.
Yeah, lesbian.
Yeah.
My Lithuanian
Let's
friend.
get real with it, baby. You listening?
Oh.
Okay.
Marcia.
Anyways, so I am totally shagging Chris Hemsworth. Okay? I got to. He's fucking Thor, guys. Okay? I am going to marry.
See, the problem I have with that observation is while I'm listening to you carefully,
15
I'm
seconds.
thinking about. That's funny, Joe. I'm sitting here thinking about Josie shagging Hemsworth and Napoleon shagging Hemsworth.
Oh,
and there's a
who tagged
disconnect.
him?
Okay, wait. If I want at least $100 if that's what you're thinking about, right?
Josie,
That's what you're shagging.
Josie, does it have a strap
Who are you
on?
marrying?
So now this is the one that's gonna surprise you. So yo, Chris Pratt, call me, okay? I'm marrying Chris Pratt because he's traveling the universe, guys.
He's
Okay,
Star-Lord.
you
He's
know what I
amazing.
mean? I want to travel. Okay, that's what I want to.
Round the world and
And listen, I'm gonna chop Chris Evans, even though he's as cute as a button.
Oh, my
but
goodness.
Mr. America, you can just go and be Mr. America.
All right, I knew
You
we
can
were
find
doing
it.
this. I knew America. I knew we were doing this game, and we were going to show you what we showed
Oh, man.
of them playing.
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck, Marry, Kill
I really
on the red carpet.
My
I went back
hormones are
and
kicking
watched
in.
the movie again this week. Captain America makes the joke. Iron Man makes the joke. Everybody makes the joke that Captain America is America's ass. And dude, he is America's ass.
He has America's ass. Trump is America's ass.
Oh.
You just went
And America, that's the end of It's Happening Out. Right. All right.
Out of my camera,
So,
dude.
we're at the end of the show. We hope you've enjoyed it. Again, we ask you, share us, start a watch party, let your friends know about what's going on and It's Happening Out. We're talking about things that nowhere else in America is being talked about. We're at the end of the show, and what does that mean? We're all hungry. We're damn hungry.
Yeah, we
And here in South Florida, this is Thomas from Jet's Pizza. And when he walked into the room, it was like, I stopped listening to these.
You never
morons
started listening. Let's be
because
clear.
I watched
Did you
Thomas
bring my
walk in,
cauliflower slice?
and I
Josie?
saw Thomas, and it was like, Thomas is kind of a straight, non-binary, blah, 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 whatever.
Give him a
But he
beer.
walked into the room, and he completely got my attention, and I no longer listened to Power after that. You're here.
Why do
Show
you
us.
smell like Cheerios?
Yes. Oh, this is the... This
Oh, it's
is
because
the
of
cookie.
cookie. I
Is that
see, I
just-
smelled
Wait,
something
dude, I don't
like
eat
that,
this.
you know?
I eat your
Chocolate
pizza.
chip.
All right, Thomas, I have
Don't
instructions
close it.
here. All of your
Just want to touch the cookie?
all of your dreadlocks here. I'm touching your hair. Is that inappropriate?
Yes.
I hope not.
Very much.
Why are you a walking billboard for a rainbow? I don't understand.
How do I feel?
How do
Why are
you feel about being Jet Pizza's
Pardon him.
walking
He had over
rainbow?
2 shots.
Like a bowl of sweet Lucky Charms.
Hold on, say that again.
He's Irish.
Like a bowl of sweet Lucky
Catch
Charms.
his Lucky Charms. They're
Okay,
magically
good.
delicious, folks.
All right, Thomas. That was your star moment. Now get the hell off the stage. Get the hell off.
15 seconds.
Jets Pizza.
All right.
All right, America. That's the end of our show. We come to you every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We thank you so much. How can we possibly thank 450,000 of you for
Oh my
watching
God, I
our
can't
show?
believe
If we
it.
get on our
Thank
knees
you,
right
thank
now,
you,
we
and
can make
thank
it by
you.
next week.
Right.
So
All right.
everyone to their knees.
So thank you very much. We're getting ready to say goodnight, and as we do every single night when we do the show, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we say goodnight, and we allow the host to do that. And tonight, we're going to start with Andrew. Andrew, you say goodnight.
Where's my shot? No, but seriously, we live in this great country, and we have a great dialogue here. And I thank you, and Josie, and Power, and you.
And
The first
whatever
time I
his
met-
name is.
Napoleon plays.
No, but
Napoleon plays.
seriously, for having this great dialogue, because we will make America great again.
All right. Very good. Yes, but in a different way than you're talking about. And Napoleon plays.
And on the topic of making America great again, thank you so much for tuning in, RuPaul. We're so excited to have you watching, and you're making America great again. So
Absolutely. Thank you,
that's
RuPaul.
definitely a truth.
And Josie Malave. And our host tonight at Bubbles and Pearls. Come to South Florida. It's the gayest place on planet Earth.
Oh my God, get the bone marrow.
And we love our
Oh my
top
God, that's so
chef.
good.
Oh, no. The flatbreads are what I love. And the oysters. You do an awesome job.
Thank you, thank you.
My friend Josie. Chef Josie.
I just want to say goodnight, beautiful, perfect people. See you next week.
Oh, good night to you too.
And my friend that I never want to have sex with, Power Infiniti.
Thank God, and the feeling is mutual. Good night, children. Just remember that the fact that we can even gather here and do this is in and of itself a privilege, one that we should not take for granted. So let's all celebrate the fact that we are gay and we have a platform and we're using it.
I love that observation. And America, as you know, as the host of It's Happening Out, we fundamentally believe that there is gay culture and that there is a gay community. And we try to bring that to you every week in so many of the different topics that we discuss at It's Happening Out. We're resonating. That's why we have become America's most popular live gay talk show. And we thank you for that commitment. We're more than just being gay. Thank you, and good night, America.
Good night.
Good night.